This is a special day for us, an event that encompasses more than just having you guys come. People from Italy, the factory, are here to explain the car. Introduce to you the president of Lamborghini, from Sinagata, Italy, Mr. Stefan Finkelman.
Welcome from our side, from Lamborghini. Today it's not just about the opening of the new showroom, of this wonderful new showroom in Las Vegas. It's also about the presentation of our latest kit of the new Gallardo LP 560-4, which I would like to introduce you. This is the new Gallardo LP 560-4. It's the follower of the Gallardo Coupe, which was the most successful Gallardo ever, it's a car with 40 horsepower more now. 560 standing for the horsepower, 4 is standing for the permanent 4-wheel drive system, LP is standing for the positioning of the engine, which is called longitudinale posteriore. We increased the capacity, it's now 5.2 liters, a V10 engine. We decreased the weight of the total car by 44 pounds. We decreased the shifting time by 40%, so the acceleration is even more aggressive now. We have an acceleration which is outstanding, down from 4 seconds to 3.7 seconds, from 0 to 62. The top speed is 201 miles per hour. And all over, we achieved to reduce our emissions by 80%, the CO2 emissions by 80%. And this is something for a super sports car manufacturer. So come now closer and enjoy the cars, and thank you for coming to the show.
This is Nick Jones with Symbolica Nevada, Lamborghini Las Vegas, the official pilot here for the Las Vegas showroom. This is the E-gear transmission. It puts it all right up here on the steering column. So your right hand does all your upshifts, your left hand does all your downshifts. But the computer does all the clutch work for you. So all you have to do is worry about what's in front of you, your feet, your gas, your brake. That's it. It's so much easier. And if you watch, Formula One or any type of racing, this is the way everybody's going. Everybody's going to a paddle shift transmission, so you can put your entire focus on what's in front of you. Right. So 0 to 60 about 3.4. The Lamborghinis are not 0 to 60 fast because they're an all-wheel drive car. Themselves on an all-wheel drive transmission, which they started, it's called viscous traction. They started that in 1994. And they've continued to be all-wheel drive up until current model years. They've talked about doing rear-wheel drive before, but they said, you know what? Anybody can go do a rear-wheel drive car. We want to do something that is fast and handles really well in the corners. And when they continuously test this car on the racetrack, it doesn't matter what magazine tests it, the Gallardo always tends to come out on top. And it's really neat too, because the car on your downshifts, it'll flip the throttle for you. It'll do like a heel toe. And if you had a floor gate down here and you're shifting, normally you would take and you'd roll your right foot and you'd flip the throttle, and what that does is it matches the engine speed to the training speed. The car has 3 different traction modes. modes down here. Well, two different traction modes. The first one over here is a sport mode, which we're in right now. What this will do is it'll stiffen up your suspension slightly, and it'll also make your shift points much quicker. Your blips, your downshift blips, are a lot more violent. You'll feel the transmission speed on the upshifts is much quicker. And then in Corsa mode, it's more for the track, and at that point the traction control becomes a little bit less intrusive. You'll feel that, again, your upshifts are much quicker and your downshifts are much faster as well. Most of the time you're not going to drive in Corsa mode on the streets. I'll see if I can feel how much faster that was. And the downshifts are much quicker. And then you have the automatic mode down here. And what auto mode will do is if you press this, then the car will do all the shifting for you, your upshifts and your downshifts, and you don't have to use the paddles. So if you get talking on your cell phone, or you're holding a drink in your hand, or whatever you're doing, you just don't feel like using the paddles, it's very easy to operate. And
or if you have a hot chick in the car.
A hot chick in the car. Absolutely. And it's really... Well, the Gallardo was started in 2004, and they've had a couple different updates and upgrades on the transmissions and the horsepower ratings and stuff on the car through 2008. 2009, which this is an 09 model, and this is now, they call it the LP560-4. It's 560 horsepower, and it's a four-wheel drive transmission. They have power folding mirrors. There's all sorts of little things that you would normally see in a luxury car that they're doing now in a high-end exotic. We just did the Lamborghini 560 test drive. Thank you so much to Traffic Magazine and Mommy Magazine.
You've unveiled a new machine, a new powerful machine. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we are unveiling today in Las Vegas the new Gallardo LP560-4, which is the follower of the former Gallardo of the Coupe. This car is completely new. It has a new engine, 40 horsepower more than the previous one. We increased the capacity of the engine from 5 liter to 5.2 liters. It's still a V10 engine. We call it a iniezione diretta stratificata. We reduced the shifting time of the E-gear by 40%, so it's much more powerful in the acceleration, and therefore the acceleration from 0 to 62 went down from 4 seconds to 3.7 seconds, and the top speed now is 201 miles per hour. And all these things together are bringing 18% less CO2 emissions, which is a big step for a car company like ours.